We're recording?
Burrs. All right, so this morning you were awakened due to morning prayers sung by Mishan in the temple below where you were sleeping. You were sleeping in the attic of the temple to the Morning Lord. Um, you got ready, made your way down to the temple room. Guards showed up and took you guys' names down and said that you needed to be at the lottery at a certain time. And eventually you made your way to the lottery. There's about 1,000 or so people, and the person that got their name called was Illiken. So Illiken stripped down his weapons and armor and just kept his winter. No, actually, he took that off too. You guys had that too. So stripped down, hopefully not naked, and turned himself in to the speaker. And then you guys uh, went and um, wanted to talk to him. They wouldn't allow you in to see him. Uh, he gave, or speaker gave, quite a note, um, telling her or y'all that not everything is as it seems, but just to not try and rescue him, that everything would be fine. Um, you then decided to find a place where the guards weren't, uh, go up and down the wall, putting his stuff outside so that he could escape or whatever as soon as he was outside the wall, and then went about your business for the day. Eventually came um, night, and you came to watch Illiken walk down the path to fate, destiny, whatever you want to call it. And as Claudette was trying to telepathically send a message to Illiken, seemed off. Illiken, who had been talked to and communicated with in this manner before, seemed to not understand where the voice was coming from. And upon further investigation, potion that somebody apparently had taken uh, did not work quite as well. And Illiken had breasts that he didn't have earlier in the day. But outside of that, Illiken looked pretty much like Illiken.
Uh,
And what's that? And then you ran full speed away from the small gathering that was getting together and went and grabbed his armor and items and winter clothing from outside of the wall, coming back with them. And now you're meeting up with the group at the gate as the gates are opening, um, with Illiken about to walk through the gates. Um, As the two sets of large gates open up, you see a host of creatures. Probably point you to there. You see a host of creatures lined up outside the gates. You just came in through this gate 2 nights ago. There were not any creatures or plant life for miles around. Now, it seems to be thriving with flora and fauna. A wide berth of the path out of the town is given, as shrubs make an alley towards the wilderness beyond. Behind the shrubs are reindeer and elk that seem to be kneeling towards the path in front of them. Behind them, huge trees sway back and forth. Further out in the distance, some of you can see other creatures. Regardless of whether or not you can see them, you can definitely hear them though they are faint over the whipping winds of the blizzard. There are howls and growls and caws of birds. As you look into the night sky, you can barely make out the green and blue of an aurora through the heavy clouds of the storm. White rocks dart here and there in and out of the clouds, diving low to eat a bat or other flying night creature, and then glide off into the distance. Two cold light walkers and an axebeak are slowly walking towards Illiken as he walks slowly out to meet them.
As a druid, do I recognize this as unusual activity for animals?
Almost definitely. But also seeing awakened beasts in the past couple months, you would recognize that a lot of beasts up here recently have been acting not how they typically would act. The axebeak bends down, allowing Illiken to swing his long legs over the animal as it stands back up and starts to follow the cold light walkers back out from the gates.
But it didn't seem to be Illiken.
I mean, it looks exactly like Illiken besides the breasts.
Yeah, but he would have answered me. We're not allowed to go out the gate because there's a whole bunch of guards here, right?
Correct. As this is happening, the 40 or 50 supporters of Oriel start chanting a song of sorts, kind of softly in the background. We bow to she who wears the crown, let the world shiver with dread. Clad in winter's whitest gown, her snow enshrouds the dead. Her fury sheds but frozen tears as gray clouds issue forth. Her wind across the wasteland shears, bringing blizzards from the north, and they keep going on and on.
Mm-hmm.
As they do, the clouds break, and from them a form appears and flies down to the axebeak. A large white-horned owl descends from the sky. As it descends, it lands on the back of the axebeak. It outstretches its wings and wraps Illiken in a hug. I'm just putting Illiken back here.
It looks so nice.
A bright blue light makes a magnificent pulse as the axe beak falls to the ground, lifeless, and the owl launches back into the sky, back to whence it came. In place of Illiken, a new cold light walker has been born. The chanting song from the small crowd stops, and the small crowd disperses, heading back to their homes. And as the cold light walkers walk away from the gates, the shrubs, reindeer, elk, and trees start shuffling in behind the now 3 cold light walkers as they walk away from the gates of Bryn Shander. And the guards are starting to close the gates.
I'm so confused. I don't know what to do, guys. Celestine?
Well, we're pretty sure that. Is there anyone else nearby from the town? Or are we alone?
There's plenty of guards. The speaker is gone, and the gnome and the speaker's assistant are all gone. I don't know if anybody noticed or not, but they pretty much came down, got this over with, and about the time that the supporters started chanting, they took off.
Okay, I'll pull the others of the group off to the side, kind of to a empty area. I'll be like, we're pretty sure that wasn't Illiken, right? Please tell me we're pretty sure that wasn't Illiken.
I mean, it was Illiken with boobs. Illiken doesn't have boobs. I'm so confused right now. I don't know if that was Illiken or not. He didn't answer me telepathically when I called out to him.
Okay, then let us continue under the assumption that wasn't Illiken, because if it was, well, let's just continue under the assumption it wasn't.
But if it was, do we need to try to follow them?
If it, if I have no clue how to change him back if it was.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's far too many animals to fight.
yeah,
Not to mention we'd have to get through the guards.
that too. Um, it was the speaker who told us that things aren't what they seem, right?
The speaker gave you a note, a letter that she said was from Illiken. I'm not sure if you did an insight check on that or not, but the letter I know I sent it to Opal. Um,
Okay, then she gave the letter to Opal. Opal, did you?
yeah, she came outside. The two of you were standing out front. Um,
What you see is okay, may not appear as such. Do not try to rescue me. It may affect the rest of town. I will meet you on the other side.
Okay, then I guess let's leave town and hopefully we meet Illiken outside.
When he says other side, is he talking about like the other side, like opposite side of town?
That was my thought. Maybe he means outside the southeast gate or southwest gate.
Aren't we at the southwest gate?
you're at the southwest. Yep.
Maybe the northeast gate?
Well, if we're at the southwest gate, how come there's an arrow pointing?
Because initially I had planned something else, and I wrote that, and then I realized later that it wasn't that, and then I just deleted it like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, you're just trying to confuse us. I know.
You're so easy to confuse, so it's really fun. No, that's not the reason, but um,
Yeah, but you'd take advantage of it if you thought it was.
I would definitely take advantage of that. Yes, 100%. Um, but yes, you are at currently the southwest gate.
So do we need to go to the north gate?
Probably wouldn't hurt, but maybe we could stop by where they were holding Illiken, and I could try to telepathically reach out to him and see if he's somewhere where they were holding him. We have to go by the speaker's place on the way there anyway, right?
It's fine with me.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
All right, switching maps. All right, so eventually, 30 minutes later, because this town is really freaking huge, you get to the town hall. What do you want to do?
Gonna walk around all four corners and just try to telepathically reach out and go, Illiken, can you hear me?
Thought you were switching maps.
I did. I went to a different map. I didn't bring the players with me.
Ah. Been there, done that.
Never happens.
Um, welcome back.
I haven't actually heard Burden say anything since I got here.
I was talking earlier.
Yeah, you're there, right?
He's typing.
Oh, sorry. I guess it's Arden in this game, not Rudin. He just did that. Is it that you don't have a voice, or that you're not able to speak through microphone? Because if you just don't have a voice, that makes sense. Okay. You know, laryngitis was not completely out of the realm of possibility.
Sounded fine when he was talking earlier, so not that it can't be a sudden onset, but be really interesting to be like, hey, so how's everybody doing? I'm doing great.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
We can
can.
hear you.
Yay.
Welcome back.
So Claudette, no, you're not getting anything coming back at you. So while wearing the helm, you can use an action to cast the Detect Thought spell from it. And then you can reach out to that creature, trying as you can with this. You're getting surface thoughts of people from other buildings, houses, maybe a servant walking by in the town hall, just meandering stuff at the moment. Nothing of the sort of I want to get out of here or anything like that.
God, that helmet looks so weird. I'm glad she uses it, not me. That's the thoughts you hear from Celestine.
I just kind of mentally tell you, geez, thanks. So I'm going to stop. And if I've been to all four corners and not hearing Illican, then I think maybe. Actually, no, I'm going to look over at Celestine and go, have you seen that Piper Fleming person?
Have I seen that Piper Fleming person?
Yeah. I haven't seen her since she left the house of the Morning Lord to come this way.
I'm pretty sure that was the last time I saw her, too.
I look over at the other three. Has anybody seen Piper Fleming?
I thought that was her pretending to be Illican as she walked down toward the southwest gate.
That's what I'm trying to determine. Alright, so we know that she started out at the Morning Lord. We know that he said he'd meet us on the other side. Nobody can get in or out of the gates until tomorrow.
You have to wonder the other side of what?
That's what I'm wondering, the other side. Whether or not he actually exited out the south gate, that was him, and they transmogged him somehow. Or if we need to go out the north or the east gate in the morning to try to find him. Maybe also going back to the house of the Morning Lord and me trying to detect their thoughts might be able to answer some questions, possibly. Because they were doing that potion to try to help. Anybody have a suggestion?
No, but a question. Why did they say they needed 3 potions? This-
I look at Celestine.
She didn't enlighten me on that reason.
Maybe to take boobies away.
Wow.
He's making me a cross-dresser. I don't like this.
So, anybody have an idea of where to go next?
Maybe back to the house of the Morning Lord.
Yeah, I'm
Sure,
thinking
why not?
maybe they might have answers. So we'll head back there.
Problem is, they probably aren't able to give us those answers. If they do, they are liable to get in trouble themselves.
Maybe I could just read their thoughts and then they won't have to give us the answers.
That might work.
Some handily crafted questions from you. Their thoughts.
From me?
Yeah. What were the potions for? What were they going to do? They may not answer you truthfully, but they'll think truthfully what they were for. Hopefully.
Okay, I guess we make our way back to the house of the Morning Lord.
Sure. And another 30 minutes to get to the house of the Morning Lord. Sitting about 10:15 at night. You get in. As you enter, Mishan is sitting at her pulpit in prayer. He looks up, sees you as you guys enter, and he looks down, says a couple more words, and then stands up.
I'm going to start trying to pick up on thoughts and concentrate on that.
Was it Miss Shan who was making the potions, or was it that Fleming person?
It was Miss Shen.
Okay.
And you, though you failed on your one.
Yeah. Well, I tried. Um, I guess I'll just ask her, be like, can you tell me now what those potions were for?
They hide one's true self for those that don't particularly know what's what.
Okay. I'm familiar with what the potions do. I'm asking what they were for.
And why 3?
Yes, that too.
Well, the goal was actually 4. However, we'll hope for more in a couple months. There are things that I can't talk about that for the betterment of town that I cannot explain to you.
So, what is she thinking that she can't explain to us?
I am trying to figure that out right now. All right, so if they fail their saving throw, which she just did, you gain insight into their reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. Um, You feel relief from her. You feel that she seemed to have some concern, and now she seems to have more relief. That it worked.
That what worked?
It.
It is just it.
Yes. Do you want to probe deeper?
I'd like to try. Maybe even... I can't even do a suggestion because I'm concentrating. Can I make a suggestion while I'm concentrating?
No, because it would break your concentration. Actually. Interesting. It reads like you can. Weird, but let me just one sec. Let me figure this other portion out first. Give me an intelligence, a straight intelligence check.
Oh, wow. Hold on. Not a saving throw, a check.
Yeah. Damn.
If it was at disadvantage, I really sucked.
No, it is not a disadvantage. All right. So this detect thoughts is still going. You want to make a suggestion?
Sure. Celestine, ask her about Piper and where Piper went.
You can ask her. If
Where
if
did-
if, if you switch people, like you can't telepathically communicate with Celestine right now. You're in Michonne's mind.
So, Michonne, where did Piper go?
Who will verbally say where she needed to, and in your mind you will hear, or you will feel, pain and suffering and cold.
So why would Michonne switch places with Illiken? I mean, why would Piper switch places with Illiken?
He says, give me another intelligence check.
You know I'm not smart, I'm just crafty.
He says verbally, she did not. And she looks at you as your detect thoughts ends. And then says verbally, that is the end of it.
Did she ask, or did you say these things out loud? These questions out loud? Claudette?
Yes.
Okay, then I'd like to do an insight check on that. She did not.
Sorry, what? She did not. What? Sorry.
You said her response to why did Fleming switch with Illiken was that she did not. I'd like to do an insight check on that response, if possible.
Okay, go for it.
She lying to us?
Yes.
Yes, she's lying.
Yes.
Okay. I will keep that to myself for now. Um, I will just say I think we've done enough, or I think we've wasted enough time here. Um, and then I'll kind of look at Claudette and just kind of tap the side of my head and point at her and then tap the side of my head. because she has to establish the connection.
Feeling a little bit tired, but gonna go ahead and focus on you for a second or two.
You should ask her telepathically where Illiken is.
I break the connection with Celestine. I take a deep breath. I look over at Michonne. And I focus on her again. And I say, "Where is Illiken?" In her head, not out loud.
This cleric is really gonna hate us before we're done.
He responds to you in your head and says, "You are messing with things that you need not mess with. Leave it alone. All will be revealed when it needs to be revealed."
Hey, listen, we're just worried
And
about
she
our
shuts
friend.
you out.
So I'll say out loud, "Listen, we're just worried about our friend. We know you can't say anything. We're just trying to get some insight because we need to know whether or not we need to go fight those many animals, trees, and everything else we saw to try to get our friend back. And that's something that all four of us would do in a heartbeat. We would lay down our lives for our friend."
As would I. It is admirable. Please, rest on it.
So you're saying we should go and rest for the night and then leave in the morning?
My understanding is that you were previously trying to go north.
To Lonelywood.
Copper's friend is up there, and you seemed yesterday bent on getting to Lonelywood for whatever reason. My suggestion would be to stay on that path.
I understand. Okay. The Northlook is a hotel?
Yes.
I suggest
Well,
we...
but yeah.
Does it have ale so that my friend nowhere can get drunk?
It does.
Great, let's go to the Northlook for the night.
I resent that, I think. I
Resent or resemble?
resent.
Or both.
Yeah, well, there's that too. It's just that I don't get drunk, at least not on ale and mead.
I was just making sure we had a place for you to drink. I was trying to be thoughtful.
Yeah, well, thank you, but be more careful the image you create of me. I mean, I get mellow. I don't get drunk on that. Now the hard stuff is something else.
I'll tell you, the hard stuff makes me laugh at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Be careful about that.
Okay, so let's head over to the North Look. And when we get there, I will ask for some food. Because I don't think we've eaten today.
That's what I was thinking.
And then once I eat, I will go and work on netherworking. For whatever is left of my time.
Yeah, probably a half an hour.
Out then. Don't bother at all. Hang out with the rest.
Like,
Any starry-eyed girls in the bar area?
wow, Boss looking for a little get together apparently. I know what you were intending, but there's about 12 people still awake and drinking or eating, plus your party. And the guy, his name is Scramsax. Yes, him. Scramsax will be at the bar, and we'll say, all right, what you having?
What's on the menu for food tonight?
I got meat. I got rice. I got porridge.
I'll take meat and some rice
I'll have the same.
and mead.
I'll take some of that porridge with some honey if you got it. And a mead.
I'll be right back. I'll get meat and rice and a water.
Hey, I put 5 gold on the counter. So is that enough?
Mm. Oh, math time. I love math time. Are you just buying for you or for everybody?
For the group.
Who all's having mead?
Me?
3 meads and a water, 3 meats, 1 rice, and a porridge with honey. I'm sorry, 2 rice.
The 7 gold, 8 silver for the meat, or sorry, for the food and the drink.
All right, I'll reach in and grab 3 more gold.
Thank you.
I
And
reach
go
out.
out and get your you'll go back to the kitchen, grab your plates, and grab your serve your plates, and then go fill up some pints of mead and get you your mead.
I take my plate and go over, sit in the corner where I can watch the people in the room.
I'll follow nowhere.
Sure, why not?
I'll do the same.
Making sure I'm sitting with my back to the wall and the chair on the wall.
Yes, I prefer that position as well. Makes it easier to watch the whole room.
It just makes it really possible for you to feel rogues when they're sneaking up on you as well.
There's that too. So,
Give me a perception check at advantage, since everybody seems to be helping you.
I presume that was directed at me.
Yes. Yes, I should have specified, but yes. Isn't a lot going on tonight. One guy is talking to his friend about some really awesome catch that somebody that caught in East Haven. someone else is talking about these new saviors that have started helping the people of Tin Towns recently, called the Sun Chasers. And somebody else mentions something about says, we don't see Goliaths much around here, but there are two feuding clans in the spine of the world. I bet if someone were to help them put aside their differences, all the Goliaths would benefit. I'd sure like to meet a Goliath someday.
Any stories of a lot of women dying in childbirth?
Nope.
Maybe his semen finally dried up. So, I'm going to look over at Celestine. And I'm going to hand her 2 platinum pieces.
What are these for?
The store owner got relieved of them somehow. I really don't know how, but I don't think he'll be able to buy any Yeti coats anytime soon.
That's good to hear.
Totally off topic. Totally outside the game. I've been doing some research this last week, and I've ran across a lot of uses for Yeti parts and organs and stuff. And every time I see it, I'm just like, Celestine would hate this. Oh, this is so awesome.
Wow.
So then I look over to Nowhere and I hand him 5 gold pieces.
What are these for?
You're always buying everybody's food. Here you go. Buy us some more. Not tonight. I'm not hungry anymore, but there you go. That'll contribute toward the buying everybody food fund.
Well, I wasn't doing it to show off. I just figure it makes it easier if we just pay for it all at once.
Yeah, and you always do it. So there you go. This time I'm doing it out in the open.
Thank you.
So I look at Arden and I'm like, okay. How much gold do you need?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Well, that depends on what we can get and have to have.
Well, here, have 5, same as him.
Thank you.
Should we be asking you where they came from?
I'm
If you
sure I
don't,
don't want to know.
if you don't already know the answer to that, you probably don't want to know. But a lot of it came from a store owner that was selling Yeti coats. Don't worry, we paid for the coats. We just took everything else that was in the drawer.
Yeah, I appreciate your assistance in that.
I should have been stealing from all them chanting lunatics.
I imagine they probably didn't have a whole lot on them.
You never know. Chanting lunatics usually are lunatics for a reason.
Possibly, I suppose.
And nowhere just to come clean. I probably dropped about 200 in the orphanage. I hope they found it.
I'm sure that Mama D managed to find anything that was dropped. She's very good at pinching coins. And they aren't always necessarily in her pocket to start with.
That's always a good thing. All right. So, anyway, is anybody doing anything before we go to bed?
I'm not.
Nope.
Yeah, every now and then. So, I'm going to go ahead and go get a room, pay for the rooms for everybody. Are you and Celestine going to room up again? Nowhere?
We usually do.
So, could we have 3 rooms, please?
That will be four, 2 gold and 4 silver.
4 gold and 4 silver?
Two gold and 4 silver.
I'm just going to give you 3 gold and just make sure we have breakfast in the morning.
Yes, ma'am. We can do that.
How vulnerable are we making ourselves by paying everything in gold coins?
Bartender, do you have gold coins you could switch out for some silver?
Meaning you want to switch your gold out for silver?
No,
Or you
I'd
want
like to give you silver in exchange for some gold.
I have he looks around cautiously and kind of low voiced says, I have 30 gold here today.
Would you like to unload those for some copper?
Sure.
30 times 10 is 300, right?
30, and that would be 300 silver.
Okay, so I'll hand him 300 silver.
Okay.
And thank you for the help.
Most definitely.
And I look at Nowhere and go, we're not in any more danger here than we would be in any other city in the world that has rogues that live inside of it. As long as you keep your coin purse closed and you don't flaunt it, you should be fine. Oh, and if anybody bumps into you, make them give it back.
Last week, Claudette went over the wall and got the weapons, winter clothing, and armor for Illican. What did you do with them?
Give them to me, and I'm carrying them on the
Disc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up to my room. Gonna let myself in. I'm going to put my offhand against the handle of the door. So the hilt is at the handle of the door and the pointy part's down on the ground. I'm going to go over to the window and I'm going to make sure that it's locked and take my crowbar and make sure that I put it at the top part of the window so that nobody can get in. Then I'm going to lay down and go to sleep.
Somebody's paranoid. Holy crap.
Young Colin probably wants to kill me as much as I want to kill him. I'm going to bed.
Me too.
Me three, I guess.
Now where are you going to bed to?
No, I still got some mead in this cup. I'm going to sit here a while and watch people.
Almost midnight. Are you gonna stay up past midnight and watch people, or about 8 people left in the tavern that has either not gone up to their room or left to go home?
Is there any conversations going on?
Not really. Little chatter here and there about normal comings and goings of between towns, and mostly just, shooting the shit kind of oh, I caught a fish that was this big, and you know it's complete bullshit.
Oh, yeah, then I guess I'll just tip up my mug and drain it. I'll wave to the barman and head off to my room.
Alright, so Philistine, as you get into your trance, you sink into this meditative rest. You open your eyes, and you are in a forest. Rilliphane sitting next to you. We chose you to be a protector for all. We see you, Sehanin and I. We see you. You align yourself with great allies. Much good will come to the world through you, and we are here to help you. Be mindful to not go astray in your dealings with the people of these lands, who are your charge to protect. These are harsh times in the north, and although you have come to know and love the specific tribe that raised you, a lot of the world sees a different side from them. We realize that they are akin to family in your heart. But be mindful of your purpose. If you are led astray, the people of the north and your extended family could all be at risk. We cannot have that, young child. You have many centuries yet to exist, and they do not. Time is a trying factor in being an elf. especially as one as young as you. You must learn to let go of the things that tie you to them so tightly. You will see generations upon generations of them pass by your eyes. For me, for us, for your charges, and for yourself, please be mindful. On that note, please note that when you venture forth this day and leave Bernchander, some of us, not I, of course, will alter the fabric of reality. So what has transpired this past night does not mess with the future once you come back to Bernchander. There's little we can do, but there's is something small that we can help out with. With that in mind, we have imbued her spear with some additional benefits that may help you in your coming trials. We have faith in you and your allies that you will restore this land to the greatness that it once was. And you and Nowhere give me perception checks at disadvantage. As your dream comes to an end, you hear your door opening.
I hear the door opening.
Yes, both of you hear your door opening as your dream is coming to an end.
I will grab the spear and stand up. And watch to see who
As
comes through the door.
As you do, you see a small little gnome flick his wrist at you, and you fall back asleep.
Damn it. Actually, you
And
know
then
what? Yeah, I can't.
What's that?
I can't be put to sleep through magical means.
Okay. Well, he does it to Nowhere as well. Well, crap. So you had this worked out, and then of course you changed everything. So
I changed everything?
all changed everything. You're supposed to be staying at the Morning Lord tonight.
Can she be knocked unconscious?
Not by this guy. Let's go and take our 15-minute break while I figure out what can actually happen here.
Make it a poison.
Okie dokie.
He threw a dart at me, poison dart at me and put me to sleep. I don't know. Okay.
Back.
Rebecca.
I'm here.
Never left.
You're probably right. I probably would have fought it too because she yelled at me.
everyone back, or?
I'm here.
No, I'm here.
I'm here.
Do we got an Illican? Not that
I've been here.
sweet. All right. So starting over, y'all groggily wake up. As your door opens with a flick of a wrist. Why that didn't actually cast, but whatever. Both y'all see a gnome standing in the door. And he will try to cast True Polymorph into a bunny for Celestine. So Celestine, I need a wisdom saving throw. I'm gonna say probably, I don't know how you'd work this, but I want to say like with a disadvantage just because you're just waking up, but I don't know. Well, fuck. Alright, you're awake, and as you start coming at him, you will cast sleep on the tiefling. What do you want to do?
You know, nowhere have 64, less than 64 health. I don't remember.
Yes.
Okay. I'll fight my way through the polymorph, charge forward, and put my spear against his throat. And what the hell are you doing?
You should be asleep.
And you shouldn't be in here.
I was told to be in here. I need to be in here. You need to let things be.
Who sent you?
I cannot tell you that. I can tell you that all will be revealed soon, and that you should wait to get to the other side.
Other side of what?
He'll roll his eyes and say, to the other side. And behind him, there will be a very tall Piper Fleming.
Is in taller than I remember her being before?
Yes.
Okay, looking at nowhere, is it obvious to me that he's asleep? That spell that was cast was just a sleep spell?
Give me an, I don't know, Arcana or maybe nature? Yeah. Arcana or nature, your choice. Oh yeah. You know he's definitely asleep and he'll be perfectly fine when he wakes up.
Okay, can I do an insight check to see if this guy seems on the level?
Sure. You believe him 100%.
I will grip my spear tightly, just kind of growl under my breath and say, Rothane, I cannot wait to get out of this town. And I'll kind of put the butt of my spear against the floor and say, at the elf, or I'm sorry, the
No.
gnome, just kind of wave my hand at him and say, get out of here.
He will point at your disc and say, I just need a couple of things. And he'll point at the weapons and armor sitting up top. Kind of give you a shrug.
If I give him Illiken's stuff, Illiken's gonna have my head. If this turns out not to be on the level.
Illiken, any words of advice in
He's
your
been
female
screwed
form?
already by everybody else. Just give it to him. Try leaving it on the other side of the wall.
Well, you don't know that. But in your female form, would you like to say anything?
Please, can I have my stuff, please?
Insight check.
Go for it. Illiken, give me a persuasion roll, I guess.
Actually, I wouldn't have to. Because my Drake would be with them. And I'm assuming my Drake would stay with my stuff. And Drake would come over and sit at my feet.
Okay. So there you go. Drake is sitting at the feet of a very tall Piper Fleming.
And I'll give them what they're asking for.
And as he gets into his armor and grabs his weapons, the gnome looks down at the tiny dragon. Small, but whatever. And points back into the room and says, "For now."
I nudged the Drake to go.
I'll just kind of sigh and say, what a mess.
He will look at you and say, "I agree." And then mutter something as Piper Fleming turns into a male human with a bit of a belly, a long, thick black beard. His winter clothing has been turned bright red, and his weapons now look like a long sword and a hammer. And he will say, "Well, I guess we better be off then." To the other side. And he'll roll his eyes again and start heading down the hallway towards the stairs.
Okay.
I'll follow, I guess.
I will double check on nowhere. And then sit down and I guess go back into my trance. I don't really have anything else I have to do, so.
So they will head out of the North Look. And Illiken, you now have your stuff. You now look like a older dude with a older human, specifically, male, which probably makes you happy. With a black beard and a hammer and a long sword. And the gnome will take you to the north gate and apologize as they open up the gates for you and say, "I am terribly sorry for all the troubles. that has gone on in these last couple days, but hopefully, it's all you know. It's all good from here, right? It's all good.
Yeah, we'll be done with this. I mean, we will be done with this dreadful cold.
Well, that our hope is that you and your group will be the solution to, and he'll look up all of this.
I agree.
You'll say if you walk out past their vision, about 200 to 300 feet, maybe more, from the north gate. Hopefully your family will meet you tomorrow morning. Or not tomorrow morning. Meet you in a few hours once they are all awake and on their way. And he will start heading back towards the town hall.
Thank you again. And I start going in that direction. Shaking my head as I do.
And then back to Celestine's room. Nowhere. You wake up. Celestine's in France. And the door's closed.
Confusing. I know I didn't. I know I didn't drink that much. So what's going on here?
Were we all in the same room?
You
No.
are in your own, and Claudette is in her own.
Well, I heard all the commotion of them getting up and leaving, so I'm packing my gear. And
It's still a little early. It's like 6. Yeah, it's still like 6 in the morning.
I only need 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
You didn't hear the commotion of the um of the gnome and all that stuff, but yeah, if you're up and at it, then yeah, you can do as you please.
and as I go by his room, I look in and see if everybody's in there.
You walking in or knocking or?
I'll knock on the door.
I'd like to think that would bring me out of my trance.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll go into the door, kind of looking over at Nowhere to make sure he is actually awake and alive and spells worn off.
I'm just letting you know I'm going to go downstairs.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Yeah, we'll be down shortly.
Nowhere definitely looks alive and confused.
As Arden leaves, I'll kind of turn back to Nowhere and be like, "So, I take it you slept well last night."
I didn't drink that much.
No, I'm afraid we had a visitor in the middle of the night, and he was very free with his spells. He put you to sleep. So, and there didn't seem to be any danger, at least once I figured out what he was doing. So I just let you sleep.
I think we need to get out of this town.
I agree. Arden should be downstairs waiting for us. Why don't you get ready? I'll go make sure Claudette's awake. And I will grab my things and go check on Claudette. I'll knock on her door and hopefully wait for her to respond.
What?
We're getting ready to leave.
It's still early.
We're still getting ready to leave. We want out of this town.
We're gonna kill old Colin.
That's on the
Young
agenda.
Colin. He's an old man now, but he's a young Colin. Damn him. Okay, I'll be ready in a minute.
We'll meet you downstairs.
I'll be down in a moment.
And
He
I'll
hears the butt of the sword go against the door handle as I pull it away. I'll pack my crowbar, pack my stuff, and begin to head down.
As all get down, Scramsacks will have a bowl of we'll get a bowl of porridge for each of you and say, has promised sorry, had a little bit of a tiring night last night.
I'll thank him.
Do you have any sweetener to go with this? Honey or maple sugar or something?
I'll get you some honey.
And maybe some cider?
That I can do. You and apple cider.
What do I owe you?
Covered it last night. This is When she paid for the rooms, this is covered in that. I mean, there was extra left, so.
I'll meet downstairs, have a breakfast, and get ready to leave.
I'll eat my breakfast and say, let's go. We have Goliaths to find, a vampire to
Again,
kill,
to the door.
and a friend to locate. Not in that order.
Okay, then I guess let's leave the city.
As you get to the north gate, the guards see you coming. They open up the gates and wish you a fair trip.
Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.
Yeah, I'll just kind of nod.
As I walk through, I just kind of grumble and let's get out of here.
Yes, and
As you leave, you go around a bend in the trail road thing. And standing before you is a pretty tall 6-foot male human in a red coat with a long sword and a hammer and a black beard that Celestine saw last night.
I wave.
and is there anyone else around other than those two?
Just him.
Oh, it's just Illiken? Or,
Yep.
no, the man?
Yep.
Okay,
Since we're close to the gate, I say, well met, travelers, well met.
What the hell?
Who the heck?
yeah, he's gonna join us for a bit.
He bends down and ruffles with the Drake.
I recognize Drake. Who are you and what are you doing with Illiken's Drake?
Drake's been with us.
Yeah, Drake's been with you guys. He just runs over and type us out.
Again, what are you doing with Illiken's Drake?
Those are good questions I'll answer along the way. Let's head north.
Okay, let's continue traveling. Let's get away from this town. This town is too much. Let's go. We can talk on the way. And
I start to walk, but I'm also thinking and mewling out loud, well, where the hell is Illiken?
we don't need him.
Taps
We
his
got this
head.
guy now.
Sometimes you never know.
We don't need Illiken. We have another meat shield now.
So, where are we going now?
That is the question.
The angry one wanted to go north. I don't know why, but the angry one always wants to go north. Talking about killing things. Let's go north and kill things.
I like killing things.
Is that where you want to do? You want to take care of that first, Claudette?
Well, I don't know. Where is the spine of the world? Is that south?
Yes. Well, south and southwest and southeast and straight east and yeah.
Okay, so yeah, killing young Colin would be a wonderful accomplishment before he gets another woman pregnant who has to die in childbirth and have that child be raised by her aunt, who the child eventually turns into a vampire. And yeah, it's just better that we stop young Colin before all of Tin Towns becomes vampires.
So,
Guy must have some stamina.
so you want to head eastward?
North to Lonelywood, I believe, is where we were told he was.
There was something else north that we were going to try to look at.
Oh,
Oh, the
Black
for
Cabin.
copper. Yeah, Black Cabin. It should be on the way to Lonelywood, right?
It was in Tourmaline, somewhere around Tourmaline, wasn't it?
More north of Tourmaline.
So we'll go there first and then head to Lonelywood, maybe. Unless Lonelywood comes first.
No.
And there's something else that Nowhere had a conversation with somebody that was also north of Tourmaline, but I don't know if he's had a chance to say anything about it because there was somebody that was really excited to go to Lonelywood.
I don't know why.
Beats the heck out of me too.
100 years of trying to find and kill your father? Yeah. That might make you really motivated to want to go get him.
Or maybe actually understanding the concept of patience.
oh,
But apparently that's not you.
And how old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm like 32 or something like that.
Until you've lived 150 years and 100 of those years have been chasing the same man from city to city on drunken men barges where they mostly rape women and try to kill children. Don't tell me about patience.
Okay. Well, let's head north. We're going north either way, so let's head north. And when we are a good ways out of Bryn Shander, I will turn to Illiken and tell him, okay, can you break that spell now?
He
He
laughed.
can't.
He laughs really hard considering I'm not a mage.
Okay, did your gnomish friend tell you how to break it, or how to...
It will die on its own eventually.
Okay, you cast Seeming, not True Polymorph on him, right, Sky?
Correct.
Okay.
Lasts for 8 hours.
Okay.
What you guys talking about?
This is Illiken.
Who? What? No, this doesn't look anything like Illiken.
A spell was cast on him to make him look different.
Tell me something Illiken would know that nobody else would.
Well, everybody would know you pickpocket, but nobody would know that you give to the orphanage.
I kind of spilled that beans last night, so tell me something else.
We found you in a sled race.
Well, dog sled. But
A dog sled?
Okay, I'll give that one to you. Anything you and I shared personally that you could say?
If we shared it personally, then no, because it was personal. But you have a thing on your head that you can probably think into my head.
Yeah, I know I could do that, but I've got a headache from using it yesterday.
Well, you should not have done that.
Well, I was trying to figure out whether or not we needed to go and kill some shit to try to find and rescue you.
Hey, I gave you a note. I wrote it. It was plain and simple. Don't do anything. I'll meet you on the other side. Worked great for me.
the description of the
Yeah.
other side could have been a little bit better there.
Yeah, don't you think maybe, other side, like other side of town, something other than other side, because, they did send that.
Meeting on the
Why
opposite
did she
side.
take your place?
We've been discussing meeting on the opposite side of the fence or the wall the day before. She took my place because they have faith in us beating this crappy cold. And a year ago, somebody prevented them from killing somebody, or for sacrificing somebody, and just afterwards, all of 10 towns suffered immense freezing for 2 weeks, or sorry, for a month. So somebody had to die, but they knew it shouldn't have been one of us.
So she took your place because they think we can stop the forever winter.
Yes. And somebody had to die, or be taken, or sacrificed, or whatever happens to them.
Did you even see what happened to her?
No, I was in a cage. I don't like cages. I don't like being. I was being good. I didn't kill nobody. I didn't go after anybody. I didn't summon my Drake to go and kill somebody. I was good. I was being a good person.
This is sounding pretty far fetched.
Well, on that note, I had a visit from my deity last night, and she said that she and
Real thing.
Rilfane's a he?
Pretty sure.
Oh. Are you sure?
You had a visit from your deity.
Yes, my deity said that they would, make this change reality to make this not happen last night or yesterday.
Okay.
So maybe we'll meet Miss Fleming another time somewhere.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it's getting a little twisted here. But let us head up to Tourmaline and Lonelywood and see what kind of trouble we can get into up there. Because I feel like our welcome is running thin in Punchander.
No, we are welcome there. It's just they don't want other people to know that what happened. So uh, outside, I got those other things that we talked about, right?
Yes, you have all your stuff from.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else.
Sorry, what was that for me?
I got those two things that were, or the three things.
Mm, sorry, the stuff that I sent you.
Yeah, I got those right.
Okay.
I got.
Um, yeah, the 2 paragraphs I sent you is just a reminder of the conversation that we had last week.
Yeah, and so I remembered that, and I discussed it with him. I was just wondering about the potions and stuff like that. Did I get those?
No, you didn't. So that's what I changed up was that instead of giving you the potions, um, they gave her a potion last night. They gave you a potion this morning to walk up to uh the building to get your stuff. And then once you had your stuff, they were going to cast seeming on you so that your stuff also got also changed looks so that there would be nothing suspicious when you walked out of the gate with the guards.
Okay. So that's what I tell the people. It's like I'm. They needed us to leave, and they gave me this ability to look like this so that we could leave the town. And hopefully, when I come back, people will not associate with me with the girl that went across with me that I am. I just need to make sure I do not give my name.
Okay, well, let's continue our travels, I guess.
All right. So whoever is leading, give me a perception roll.
I'll go ahead and lead out.
I'm leading.
Okay.
It's all good.
All right. Yeah. Um. Oh, speaking of which, it's a new morning. They're looking at need 2d6 and Celestine, you're even odd. Wheel.
Oh, fortune.
Really hoping that you would get odd that first time that you rolled, so that could be so that you like roll a d100 and you get like a 23, and I could go whoa, but of course it didn't happen. Oh, Illican, give me a wisdom save.
I ache. I really. Remember, I'm not carrying it at the present moment.
Yeah, you are.
Uh True.
He didn't pick up all the
Actually,
stuff?
he just grabbed his
Weapons and armor?
weapons and armor, winter clothing, and took off.
Alright.
The other gear you're still holding.
Well,
Because
it's
you
on
haven't
the
been
disc.
to me yet.
Technically, no one's holding it. And it would have been this morning before we even met up with Illigan.
Yeah.
The rules would have had to happen.
Yeah. Celestine, go ahead and give me a. Would have been in your room, so Celestine, give me 1d6, and Nowhere, give me 1d6. Nowhere, roll me a wisdom save. 40. DC 14. You passed, so nothing happened. Sweet. Alright, so anyways, 19 on perception. Alright, and I got 12 on my d20, so, yeah, you head out towards Targos. Couple hours later, about 9 in the morning, sun's still down. Blizzard, by the way, is gone. Still lightly snowing, but all the creatures and plants that you saw last night, nowhere to be found. And the blizzard has disappeared. But about hour and a half, 2 hours in, you're getting close to Targos, and you see the fork. You start heading north. Another couple hours, the sun starts barely cresting the spine of the world to the south, and a few more hours, you get to Tourmaline. Just gonna head straight through on to Lonelywood. Yes, no.
I will chime in and say the longer we wait, the further away that son of a bitch gets.
I'm okay with heading to Lonelywood first. If everyone else is.
Okay with me.
Fine.
So another hour goes by, and you are walking into Lonelywood.
I'll collect my gear.
So Illiken now looks like Illiken?
2, 4, 5, 7. Yes, somewhere probably right before you got to Tourmaline, Illiken slowly morphs into Illiken.
I'm gonna hit him on his arm and go, "Don't you ever scare me like that again!"
He takes the hit and says, I wasn't trying to scare anybody. I was doing what we planned.
Funny, I don't remember the plan, but okay. I don't remember that plan anyway.
Well, I remember. No, okay. Out of character, I remember somebody saying, I'm going to take the call for everybody, so I don't. I remember that, but.
You get to Lonelywood. What are you doing?
Find the closest tavern and yeah, it's really small. Do we want to go to the Lucky Liar, like the Lucky Liar, or the Ugly Knucklehead? The Ugly Knucklehead's not open, right?
Ugly Knucklehead is your property.
Oh, that's our property. I guess I look over at Celestine and said, "Did we do anything with the Ugly Knucklehead while we were gone? Has somebody been running it?"
No, it's shut down. It's basically a derelict building at the moment.
I think we need to go to a bar. So, the Lucky Liar, right?
Yeah, that's the only one. The Lucky Liar. Yeah, Happy Scrimshander was the shop, so Lucky Liar's where we would need to go if we're looking for a bar.
That's where I'm gonna head first.
Makes sense.
As you enter, Danae looks at you and says, "What'll it be?"
I think I would like some meat, please.
Coming right up. You will go to the kitchen and grab a pint of mead for you. Let's say it'll be 8 silver.
Do you have any food?
Fishers haven't come back yet, but I can get you some rice cakes.
Sure, sounds great.
Be 2 copper.
I'll give her 9 silver.
Cool, thank you.
And are there patrons in here? Any that I recognize?
There are 6 people. Only one that you recognize is her, Danae.
What time of day is it?
It's about 2:30. Outside, the sun is starting to set.
Are we planning to stay here for the night, or? Claudette?
I mean, where else would we go? To our derelict house?
Yeah, that was the other option.
How derelict is our house?
Last time you were there, it was a small inn, or not even an inn. It was a small tavern, with a secret door that led down a path to what looked like could have been a much bigger tavern. But there were broken chairs and broken benches and really old, nasty tables and an old-looking bar.
I think we should stay here and then maybe try to hire some people to clean up the place.
Isn't this where uh, we got rooms at the speaker's house one night?
Yes.
Okay. And this Lucky Liar, is it an inn or just a tavern?
It is just a tavern. Speaker's house is where people stay. They're staying here in town.
Okay, then we'll have to go over to Speaker's house to get rooms.
Well, on the good side, we could probably hire some people to start cleaning up the place and have another source of income.
We're gonna pay people to run it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we could, we could pay people to fix it up and then we could get it running as an inn again.
Are you going to stay here and run it?
No, we would hire people.
I mean, we have all this good stuff that and we could do this, bring our stuff to sell and let the people sell it here.
Lonelywood doesn't exactly strike me as a bustling uh, place of activity where we could actually sell much.
We sell nothing. We sell something. It's still, we sell one thing. It's more than we sold a second ago.
I don't know.
Barkeep, has there been any strange happenings going on here lately?
You will say, well, there was no, that was you guys that talked to that sea creature.
Yes, it was.
And then there was the white moose, but you slayed it. I don't know if there was really been anything strange going on lately.
Any new people that you didn't recognize come into town?
Yes, there was this one man a few days ago. Kind of cute. Talked in a way that not many people talk anymore. But I mean, he was here for a day or two. That he was working on a project, and yeah, outside of that, nothing really.
Well, okay. Did he say where he might be going next?
He said something about a business meeting in Waterdeep. I didn't really think much of it because nobody can get out of here. So I don't know how he's planning on getting to Waterdeep.
Seems to be a lot of people having that issue.
Are all the women okay?
Looks around and think so. I don't see everybody, but people that I've seen seem fine.
Okay. Looks like he's slipping through my fingers once again.
Do you know of anybody who took time with him?
Pretty sure he was busy during his time here, working on said it was a project down south in town.
Do you specifically know where?
I don't tend to try to pry into other people's lives outside of the, general to and fro.
Did he visit the speaker by chance?
He did not say anything to me about visiting her. He may have. You probably want to talk to her about that.
We will. If you see him, don't let him know we were asking about him if you can avoid it, okay?
What's it worth to you?
Worth you staying alive?
Oh, trust me, I can stay alive just fine.
Are you a
Not
vampire?
not everybody up here in Tin Towns is what they seem.
Yeah, but are you a vampire?
If I was, would I tell you?
Probably not. But I'll tell you I know one, and he likes to lose his temper when people are looking for him.
I see.
To where he doesn't leave any witnesses.
Well, if that man was a vampire, he was nice. He seemed like a pretty okay person, and from what I have known in the last day, everyone's fine. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
But that's what it's worth to me. Your life. Not that I'm threatening you. Not by any stretch of the imagination. It's not my style. But here you go for everybody's mead. And you 5 gold pieces.
nods and thanks you.
And just remember, not everybody in Tin Towns is exactly what they appear. And I'm going to walk out the door.
I'll follow her.
I'll go along too. I presume we're going to the speaker's house.
That's where I want to go next. Yep.
I'll follow her out the door.
All right. So you make it to the speaker's house.
Is the door open or closed?
It's closed. Not locked, but closed.
I'll knock and then open the door.
As you open the door, a couple of little tiny kids run up to the door and give you a hug and say, "Mommy."
You were so loud that your speaker didn't work, my dear. We get that they're yelling. Just tell us what they said.
Mommy, you're back. They're back.
Oh, yes. Hugs all the way around. With smiles. And trying to pretend to be warm.
And Nimsy will pitter patter down the stairs and come and greet you. Hi! I haven't seen you in... Oh, it's been months! How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great. We've just been very busy trying to take care of all the different things that have been going around. Seems like the children are growing quite a bit.
Yeah, nothing like cookies to help the growth spurt.
Speaking of cookies, you got any right now?
I have some in the cold storage. They're not warm, but give me a hour. I can probably get them in the oven and oven. Not really an oven.
The kiln?
Yeah.
Well, it's a wood burning
Yeah,
oven.
sure. Get them in the kiln and get them warmed up for you.
That would be lovely. Do you think we could stay the night? And just out of curiosity, have you seen a tall, dark, handsome, devastatingly handsome stranger coming through town?
Yes. Believe he went by the name of Colin. Sweetheart of a man. About your age.
It's what I keep hearing. You didn't entertain him, did you?
Entertain?
He likes to entertain women, if you know what I
No,
mean.
No, I am very happily in... I have plenty of kids. I don't... Nope. I do not do that.
That is so good to hear. Did he entertain any of the women in town?
I could not speak for certain. He mentioned that he was working... Actually, he was working on your tavern that we got you.
Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul.
Great.
He perks up in our tavern.
I'm going to give Illiken the side eye. I'm going to hug the children and say, guys, I've got to go check the tavern, but I'll be back for the cookies, okay? And we all make sure that you give me a hug before we go to bed tonight. And I'm going to turn around and say, Nimsy, I will see you soon. It's always good to see you. And I'm trying to be overly cheerful right now. I really am. And I'm going to excuse myself, walk out the door, and start heading towards the ugly knucklehead.
I'll follow.
As will I.
And I'm probably walking at a very fast pace.
Yeah, well,
We'll keep up.
yes, we will.
Without a problem.
Wait, I'm switching maps.
Okay.
So is it locked? Do we have a key? What's the
You
case?
have a key.
Okay, so we try the key. Does it work?
Yep.
What do I see when I first come in?
A very nicely furnished tavern.
I hate this man. I hate him with all my heart.
Much as I hate to say it, looks like he may have done us a favor.
It's all bribe money. He just wants to live.
Didn't say it was going to do him any good.
Sky, I can't seem to drag my character. Now I can. Going to go walking around. So he fixed up the whole place, huh?
Thus far, it is looking like yes.
Okay, I'm going to move into the back room and try to enter the secret passage that we know about.
There's something blocking it.
Yeah, it looks like he put a desk there. We moved the desk.
Actually, I was thinking it looked more like a staircase, but that's okay. Or, I'm sorry, a bookcase.
Bookcase. Yep.
Case. I got the case part right.
Yeah, there was a bookcase before, but it was a dilapidated one, and now much nicer bookcase.
I can't
Damn,
get
you
through the
fixed
wall.
this up too.
Yeah, if you click on the doors, nowhere, you can select open or closed.
Oh, okay, thank
cool.
you.
I didn't even know that.
Unless I lock it, and then when you click, you don't get anything.
And it looks okay down here too. Looks all cleaned up.
Okay. Is this still barred down here where I'm at?
Oh yes, it is still barred.
Anything in this room other than fixed up furniture?
Very nice furniture. Yes. There is bookcases filled with books and a table. Nice new beds and chests.
I didn't inspect the chests.
They're empty,
Okay,
but they're new and they're nice.
gonna thumb through the books and see if anything falls out.
Nothing falls out.
Any evidence of these can't?
Nope.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know what it is.
He may. that long of a time frame? You see, Illiken, as much as he don't like this guy because you don't like him, he's liking what he did with my place.
I hit Illiken again.
I'm replaced, but okay.
Anybody that wants to in the main area, give me a perception check. Actually, scratch that. Never mind. Doesn't matter. You'll see on the bar, right about yay there or something like that. You'll see um 3 bottles of Sword Coast cider, a popular and expensive cider made at the southern end of the Sword Coast. Not something that would or should be in Icewind Dale, especially with all that has happened in the last couple of years. And the 3 bottles are surrounding 1 bottle of red wine. The label on the bottle reads Barovian Reserve, and leaning against this bottle is a folded piece of fine parchment.
Okay, so I pick up the parchment that's next to the bottle of blood, and it says,
Not a bottle of blood, it's a bottle of wine.
okay, well, Barovian blood may as well be synonymous.
On the front it says, My dearest Peach.
Peach. I'm not Peach, so I wonder which daughter he's talking about.
Inside it says, in very beautiful calligraphy, I hope that all is going well. I have heard that you are in search of me, and we may yet meet up at some point in the future. However, today is not the day. I have heard about the deeds that you have completed in this desolate land so very, very far from home. I cannot wait for the day we have finally been reunited. At the bottom, in a kind of shiny script, it says, Fine things come with fine trade and the proper partners and connections. There are certain connections in this harsh climate that you call home that will do you better than others. These connections can be very lucrative and can assist you with goods, services, and travel. A whole network is being built to provide trade all over the worlds. If you are interested, please see my good friend Nairth in Targos. Under his mentorship, you will be able to achieve a noble station as well as specialization in your craft. In a very flourished calligraphy at the very bottom of the script are 2 initials, YC.
My nostrils are seething. My eyes are wild. And for the first time in a long time, it looks like I'm breathing heavily. I slam down the letter, and all I can say is, who the fuck is Peach?
Claudette, roll me an insight check on yourself.
Insight on myself.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about you.
Ah! How dare he change my name?
I imagine it's more of a nickname than a name change.
He says that this could be a lucrative business, that we could set up a trade with the rest of the world, that under his mentorship I could flourish. I think I'm pretty good at what I do. Hunt, kill, steal. Hunt, kill, steal. Give to people who need it. Hunt, kill, steal.
Makes you want to cut out his heart.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? I'm so glad you understand me, Nowhere. Would you like some wine?
No, I'm not much on wine.
Anybody else want some fine Barovian wine?
Mm,
No, thank you.
He looks at her and doesn't say anything.
I'll take it.
I pour you a cup. I pour me a cup. I let you know that I haven't been to Barovia for over 130 years. Except for the few times that I've heard that young Cullen might be back.
And he takes some as soon as Celestine gets away with it.
Oh, you
Oh,
wanted to make sure it wasn't poisoned, huh?
He's really bad at reading the room, and he wasn't sure if drinking would be a bad thing or a good thing. He's tired of getting hit. So he waited until somebody else drink, and then says, okay, I can drink now.
Pours you a cup. And it's surrounded by 3 other bottles of what?
Sword Coast cider.
Ah, well, Nowhere, do you want some cider?
yeah, I might try some of that.
I'll,
So I'll pour each of you a bottle of Sword Coast cider.
Why, thank you. I sip it.
I guess we really don't have to hire anybody to fix up the place anymore.
I guess not.
well, he did a real good job.
Now I'm going to look at you like I might hit you again. I do apologize. When it comes to that man, he finds a way to get my blood boiling. Everybody thinks he's so nice and so kind, yet he's a murderer and a murderer. I mean, he wasn't even around when I was born. He took off the minute he impregnated her. But oh, she talked about him all through the pregnancy. How wonderful he was. And those eyes. Oh, yes. And how charming and how loving. And how she just felt like she was the only woman in the world. And then I killed her. Coming out, I killed her.
Well, obviously it wasn't your intention.
Then, when I was 20, 19 actually, had a temper tantrum, and I bit my aunt, turning her into a vampire.
Again, not exactly your intention. So
No, I blame them all on him. He wasn't around. I didn't know what to do. I was just a child. I was growing up, no direction. Hate the men. Okay. So there's supposed to be something. Okay, so do we want to hire somebody to take care of this place while we're gone? Maybe rent to potential boarders so that Nimsy and the kids could have a little bit of privacy occasionally.
I was thinking allowing our favorite lady with the kids to manage the place.
Nimsy?
Nimsy, yeah, let Nimsy manage the place, and then whether it's a place for all the local kids to come and play at night, or play during the day to stay warm a little bit, or other things, and slowly make it where it's presentable. And we come here, she can sell the stuff upstairs. Down here is our area, but they may be able to put something together. Huh.
Maybe she could hire somebody to run the place and make it a true inn. Of course, maybe I'm also talking like the wine's affecting me. So, shall we all go back and let Nimsy know that we found lodging for the night?
Sure, why not?
Yes.
Because the kids are expecting their hug before bed. When I leave, I will start heading out. I will wait for everybody to get out so that we can lock the door again.
Okay. I'll follow.
How did he get in, though?
It's a public place.
Yeah, but it was locked.
We need to find out if they'd been here before and if this was the place that he had beforehand.
You don't usually need a key to get into places. What makes you think he does?
Fair. I just don't think
Well,
he's.
we could ask if they've seen him before, if this is part of his regular, and ask how he got. Since she did know that he was cleaning the place up, maybe she knows how he got in. If he has friends here.
Probably said that he was related to little old Peach.
Well, we can find out. We don't know.
Back up to the speaker's house.
All right, you get to the speaker's house.
Knock and walk in.
The kids run up and give you more hugs, and she goes, "The cookies will be ready in just moments."
Yay! Give the kids hugs back and nestles on their necks, even though it's probably really cold because I just came in from outside. Look, and I'll let you ask Nimsy the questions because I'm just done with him right now.
I walk up to Nimsy and I say, "We have some questions for you, Nimsy.
Oh, definitely. What can I do for you guys?
You seem to know all the happenings of the town. My
I don't know
question,
about all of them, but
the majority of them. My question is, do you know how dear Colin was able to get inside uh, our facility?"
yes, I let him in. I hope that is okay. He said that he mentioned that his daughter was one of you. Is that not the case?
I will put my hand on Claudette's shoulder and say, "Unfortunately, it is."
Un Unfortunately for him or for
Her.
her? Oh dear, 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 dear. I'm so sorry.
You had no
I
way of knowing, Nimsy. It's fine.
I just I don't know why somebody would
He's,
lie.
despite what he did, the fact that he cleaned up and repaired the tavern, he's not a good man, and let's just say he has a lot to answer for if we catch up to him.
Let's see. He's so well mannered when I spoke with him. He didn't seem like a bad person.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's very charismatic and very good at deception. I'm just stalling until Opal gets back. I figured she would want to be part of this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Woohoo. Did you hear all that or?
Paraphrase, I had to pee.
Okay, I didn't know if you had wireless or. Ilkin asked how he got in. Nimsy said that she let him in because he was a sweetheart, and he said that his daughter was one of you, and Felstein said, yes, that's not a good thing, and she was like, for him or for her, and she put her hand on your shoulder and said, for you. And then she started freaking out because she apparently let a bad man, a very nice, well-mannered bad man, into your place, understanding that he was fixing it up as a surprise for his daughter.
Nimsy, you don't have to freak out. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. It's a very long, drawn out story that begins with he's the sperm donor that used my mother as a vessel to give birth to me.
I see.
And my mother didn't make it through the birthing process, and I had to get raised by my aunt.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. But you didn't do anything wrong. The place looks great. It's actually very nice. He even left us some fine Barovian wine, which is the country I'm from.
Ah, yes, I've heard. I don't think I've ever seen a Peruvian wine, but I've heard a few over the years talk about some fine wines like that.
So, Nimsy, we have been going back and forth with what to do with the ugly knucklehead. Number one, it's not ugly anymore. Number two, we're looking for somebody to begin running it like an inn so that you don't have to use your house for visitors anymore.
Oh, I love having people here.
Would you like to take over the ugly knucklehead?
I mean, it's your property.
We'd give you a salary and then you could give us the profits.
Really, I I'm fine with being a speaker, and I'm fine with having people at my residence because it was made for a human, and there's just I'm I don't know that I'm really suited for that. I've got the kids to run to feed, and the kids to teach, and I don't know that that's really something that I want to do.
Okay, do you know anybody who would be interested?
Mm, I don't really. I could put up a posting on the bulletin board outside and see if anyone's interested, but I mean, we're a small town. We've only got 100 strong, and as fortunate or unfortunate, depending on how you look at it, not a lot of visitors come up here, and a lot of the people in the town like that.
Okay, it was just an idea. No pressure. But we'll probably sleep there tonight.
Okay, well, here's your batch of cookies, and she'll go over to the kiln oven stove thingy and get about a dozen cookies out for you guys.
Thank you for those.
And there's supposed to be a black shack a little bit north of here. Do you know anything about it?
The old black cabin. Yeah. Some people say it's haunted. I've never actually been up that way, but yeah, it's northeast of here.
Okay, we'll probably head out to investigate that tomorrow.
You think you could point out the location on the map? Real quick?
It's actually marked on your map.
Oh. Never mind then.
Yeah, the kid and the Morning Star marked it for it.
Gotcha.
Hopper, the adult in the House of the Morning Lord.
He was a gnome though,
Copper.
right?
Yes.
Looked like a kid to me.
I'll remember to remind Ariana of that.
Why would Ariana? Oh, because, yeah, gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm 150 years old. Everybody looks like a kid. Even you, 32-year-old.
Even you, 150-year-old.
Yeah, I look like a kid too. Stopped maturing at 18. Why not? course, we're really not having that conversation in front of Nimsy. Don't want to make her uncomfortable. So moving right along to the ugly knucklehead to get sleep. Or do we need sleep? What time is it?
Got the 2:30, 3, probably about 4. Meh. Let's call it 5. Let's call it 5.
Okay, you guys want to go see if we can find the shack? I mean, we still have plenty of time, about 5 hours worth of time.
Yeah, we could do that.
Nimsy, we'll see you tomorrow. Or later.
How far away is this shack supposed to be? Or how long should it take us to get to this shack?
Depending on if you go back to Tourmaline and head north, or if you leave through the east path between the woods of Lonelywood, between 12 and 14 hours.
Oh. Maybe we should just sleep here tonight.
I'm afraid to saying what I want to say, so I ain't say nothing.
I look at you and go, speak.
There are some nice comfy beds now.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Okay, Nimsy, we'll see you in the morning. I take a bite of a cookie. Put a gold piece on the,
Oh, no. No, you don't need to do that.
Nimsy, you gotta pay for your ingredients, sweetheart. I insist.
She'll kind of bow her head and... Okay.
That's the least you could do because you gave us the last basket for free, and that was a lot of cookies. We really enjoyed them. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the ugly knucklehead.
I will follow.
Want some more cider nowhere?
Is that your carrot? For nowhere.
I was trying. I mean, he hasn't had cider in a while. Usually just ale and mead. Cider's got to be a nice change. Arden, up for some more cider?
Yes.
Okay. We're all leaving. I'll lead the way.
So about 10 minutes later, you get to your ugly knucklehead and get in and get situated.
I'll pour drinks for everybody. I'll drink some wine. I look at Celestine and say, another glass of wine.
Sure, why not?
Illiken, their glass will fill it off. Finish it off, so
He does so.
pour the cider for Nowhere and for Arden and say, to friendship and vengeance. May they never cross lines.
Here, here.
Or if they do, it's done together.
I'll drink to that.
Almost sounded like a thinly veiled threat to everybody else.
Don't get me in trouble over here.
No, not you, her.
It's not the
I
way
was
I
like,
take it.
What sounded like a thinly veiled threat?
your two friends and vengeance, or whatever.
Yeah, may they never cross lines.
May they never cross. Sounded like a very thinly veiled to you guys. And vengeance. May you never cross my vengeance, or I will kill you all.
Hopefully they know me better than that.
I didn't take it that way. The others are welcome to their own interpretations. But after the toast, I will take my wine over into the corner and start working on leatherworking until bedtime.
I'll take my glass and try to help.
All right. All right. Give me 2 checks at advantage.
Thank you for advantage.
Yeah.
You're
Very
welcome.
much
I
so.
thought I could help.
All right, so you get another 4 hours in, which should be 46.
Sounds good. I'll get that done eventually. It's a long process, project, whatever.
Anybody else want to do anything in this 4 hours?
On this one, not today because I've had enough.
I'm debating. Nah.
Well, you're working with Celestine, so your time's taken up. All right. I guess midnight comes and you guys go to your rooms with the beds and go to sleep.
Sounds like a plan.
Good for me.
And nobody invades your space, and nothing happens, and you wake up. Elkin, give me 2d6.
Yeah, because now I have my ring.
Oh, you think it's your ring, do you?
I think. I don't know.
Woohoo! All right, wisdom save. DC 14. Woohoo! Roll me a D8.
What are we doing?
As you meet up in the main room in the morning, depending on who goes first, I don't know. And depending on where everybody's staying. Illiken smells like death itself.
Illiken, what the hell did you do last night? Does wine not agree with you? Oh my god! Can you not smell yourself? Go take a shower.
No,
Go,
no.
go take a bath.
If it was somebody else, I'd have a question. But... Ooh. That smells like something died.
So it's not just me. He does smell.
Oh yes, very much so.
Well, almost as bad as Claudette did at one point.
Actually, that was Celestine.
Oh, okay. As bad as Celestine did at one point.
I'm gonna whisper in his ear. Did you shot yourself, man?
No, this is death. This is not shot.
Still, it's got. Wow. Ooh.
I go and start trying to wash it off.
I'm gonna go Celestine. I think that maybe, just like we thought when he picked up that stuff, he might. Yeah, you might want to fix him.
Um. I guess I'll walk over and use the bead on him from the necklace.
What do I roll?
Roll me a D4. 1 and 2 is 1, and 3 and 4 is 2. So as you cast lesser restoration or greater restoration on him,
Greater.
you feel the magic release from the bead, and it seems to take an effect on him. But damn, does he smell horrible.
Man,
Still smells bad.
it works
He
when you
still
did it on
smells horrible.
yourself.
Well, there must have been something else wrong with him.
Yeah, I did have that ticking stuff. I was gonna try to see if he was
You
still
you
there, but
do
he
see
hasn't done that
me
in a while.
loosen just a little bit, relax just a little bit.
Okay. Um. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it until tomorrow. So, I guess we're stuck smelling him for the day. Just, ill can stand downwind.
There's no wind here.
I apologize, dude, but you're gonna have to like stand like 10 feet away from us at all times. We love you and everything, but no. Uh-uh. Do you remember that time that, Celestine smelled so bad that it was like rank?
Okay, question. Do we still have our holy water?
Yes.
Yes, somebody has it.
We
And
have
do we
half a
still have the
vial of
scale?
holy water.
Do we still have the scale?
Yes.
Then let me see it. And let me use it.
If you want to.
Because that's how we got rid of her stink.
No.
Oh, she casted Luster Restoration on herself.
Greater.
No, we got
Greater
rid of
Luster.
the stink. We got rid of the stink by your spell, but we found out what caused the stink by the scale. Since I don't know what causes the stink, I want to find out what causes the stink.
Ah,
Yeah, we found out the items that were cursed.
I'm just gonna go outside and wait for you to finish this whole thing.
But any of us can have this with us, so we should all test our gear again. I mean, you're forgetting that he did come. Colin did spend time in our place.
When you figure out what you have, I'll come into the room.
And once they start, I'll do the whole walk in, walk out with each one of my items.
After a while, you will have figured out that your aquamarine and your what the hell is it called?
What was the other one?
Spyglass.
Oh, that's right.
The aquamarine and the spyglass seem to be giving off an evil aura.
The aquamarine, what's that?
Stone.
Gems. One of your gems.
It was a cracked aquamarine that Celestine had given you to fix.
It's all Celsius' fault.
Not exactly.
Wow.
You've been keeping it on your personage, so that's on you.
I will place the aquamarine inside the bedroom, along with the spyglass, and put
Okay.
it inside the chest. And hopefully one day we will be able to make it nice again.
Gotcha. You're gonna leave that in the chest that's near your bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
we're not staying here tonight. If it disappears, it's cursed anyways. But if it's still there, then because I can't sell it here in town. Or can I?
Sure, you could sell it, but you'd curse the person that you sell it to.
I'm talking about the mimic.
Mimic? You've seen a mimic?
Or the chest.
I'm confused. The chest at the bottom of your bed?
No, the chest that talked.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we have
the okay.
vendor,
Yes, we have.
dude.
Smiley at East Haven.
Yeah.
Okay. So I put that stuff away, and then I walk outside. Am I still smelly?
Yeah,
You
you're
are still smelly.
Okay.
So I think we're just gonna head out of town and skip going to see Nimsy so that she doesn't have to smell Illiken.
And you are heading out towards the northeast, towards the where your map said the black cabin was.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who is leading?
I will since I got the map.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception roll at advantage for the map. Good enough for government. Assuming so yeah, you are walking out and the sun comes up and the sun comes down and you are getting close, and off in the distance you see a black cabin perched on the edge of a snowy ridge above a gorge. Is a black lodge on wooden stilts. Whatever path might have led to this ramshackle retreat lies buried under snow. And I put a link in chat. And I'm also going to put that same link in Discord. And that is a YouTube video of what you see as you're walking up. And it's more of an aerial view, but you'll get the picture. And that is where we'll pick it up next week.
Okie dokie.
A dump truck trying to turn around on the side of the mountain.
You gotta skip
Gotta love the ads.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the good game. Dad, I'll contact you tomorrow night on fixing your computer.
Do we see the squirrel too?
You can ignore the squirrel.
Okie dokie.
I don't see any squirrels.
It's at the end. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. You guys try to have a good week.
You as well.
See some Friday.
Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn today in our modified